This is the Xiaomi Mi Band 4. This is a great and inexpensive little smart band that you can use for a variety of purposes. You can either use it for fitness tracking, or you can use it as a smartwatch if you really want to. This thing is just great because it costs $35 and it has an AMOLED display, and it has pretty much everything you would need to use in a watch. So I'm just going to kind of go through what I think of the watch. I've been using it for the past 2 weeks, so I'll give you my impressions and review. It comes with the band itself, the charger, and an instruction manual, and it was fairly easy to set up. It didn't take long. So just starting off here on the watch face, up front, up top, you have the battery percentage. Then you have the time, and then underneath the time you have the date, and then you have the step count. So there's not many steps on here, as you can see today, but just because I haven't used it that much today, but it would fill up the circle as it goes throughout the day, which is nice. So you can set different goals on the app, how many steps you want to do per day. I believe on here I have 5,000, but I'm not entirely sure. But once it goes through, it fills up, and then that little colored ring. So to navigate the watch, you just swipe down to get to your different applications, and then you swipe over to the left to dismiss something. So I'm going to swipe down, and then this first thing here is status. So the status shows the steps, distance that you've traveled for the day, the calories you burned, and then idle alerts. You can turn that on or off. That just says if you've been sitting for too long, it'll notify you, give you a little vibration on your wrist so that you can get up and do something, so that you don't hurt your neck or your back or something like that. Once every hour maybe is what it would do. So then if you swipe down, the next application is notifications. So notifications, it just gets from your phone. So say that someone texts me, it'll show up on the device, it'll give me a little vibration, and I can look at the notification. In here, it'll show you all your recent notifications, so you can come in and just look at them. It shows you just the text of the notification, doesn't show any emojis or anything. But it can show you like URLs if someone sends you a link or something, or just the text, like if it says thanks or something like that. But you can't reply to it on the watch. You just go to your phone to do that. This is mostly just to say, oh, okay, I got a notification from someone. What do they want from me? So you just swipe back. The next thing here is heart rate. So if you put this on your wrist, tighten it all up, and it gives you the heart rate for that moment. So it takes about 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, 10 seconds until it starts reading your current heart rate. So it just brings up the one that you had from last time, then it starts reading it in about 10 seconds. And then you wait for another 10 seconds while it keeps reading, and then it stops. Then once it stops, you can either reload it at the bottom, or it just says couldn't measure, if it couldn't measure it, or that kind of stuff. And then you just go back, it just tells you the heart rate at that moment in time. Going back, the next thing on here is workout. So you can have different workouts. So the workouts that they have on here are outdoor running, treadmill, cycling, walking, freestyle, and pool swimming. So just for an example here, let's just tap outdoor running. So it says located successfully, and it uses the GPS from your phone that is connected to via Bluetooth. So it doesn't have GPS on the watch, but it can find it from your phone as long as you have the app installed. So once you start it up, it gives you these few little things. So at the very top, in very small text, it says the time, which I feel is a little hard to read, especially when it's a watch, but at least it gives it to you. Now this is a small display. But the first thing it says is time. So that's the time that you've been doing that workout. The distance you've run or biked or swam or whatever during that time. The pace, your current heart rate, and then zone. So the zone is just like how hard you're working at that moment in time. And you can go back in the app as well and see how hard you're working at different moments in time, where exactly you went, how long it was for, what was your average BPM, that kind of stuff, which I will show you an example of right now in the app. In here, it tells you basically what happened during the workout, like how far you went and for how long. This is your average speed, and then the speed in different times. Your heart rate over time with a graph, and then heart rate zones. So these are like the zones I was talking about earlier. Keeps track of those, how much you were in each one. The altitude, you went up or down. So once you're done with the workout, you swipe over to the left. It says press and hold to pause. You hold that down, and then you can either play it again or hit the stop button to stop that workout. It says distance too short to be recorded because I didn't actually go anywhere. So then the next application on this watch is the weather. So this is basically what you would expect it to be. At the front, it tells you your current weather, the highs and lows, and then partly cloudy or whatever. Then you scroll down, and then it gives you the weather for the next 2 days. And then you scroll down again, and then it gives you a weather for those next 2 days after that. So 4 days on here, and then you can include today as well. Not much you can do with that. It just tells you the weather. You can't go any more into detail, but that's all there is for that. Then the final thing on here is more. So if you hit the more button, this just has all of your basic watch functions that you would need on here. So it has D&D on here, which is not D&D, it's not Dungeons and Dragons, it's Do Not Disturb. And Do Not Disturb, if you turn it on, then you won't get vibrations or anything like that. So say you want to turn this on at night or something, if you have it on your wrist. Then the next thing on here is alarm. Basically, again, what you would think it would be, you can set different alarms, and you can, when you turn them on, it'll vibrate your wrist whenever you need to get up for the day. So that can be nice. If you want to do that, have like a vibration instead of a sound or something like that. Music. Now, this music bit on here I think is great. You can control your music from the watch, so play, pause, you can go forward, you can go backward, you can adjust the sound as well. So you can either do this while you're working out, say that you have some workout headphones on or something, or you can do it when your phone is connected to something, say surround sound system in your basement, like I am about to show you. The next thing on here is stopwatch. Again, it's basically what you would think it would be. It's a stopwatch. You can set laps if you want to. Otherwise, you can just end it. Next thing is timer. So timer, you can set the amount of minutes that you want, and then seconds. You cannot do hours for whatever reason, but I'm not sure you would need to. Find device, you just tap on that, and then your device makes a loud ringing noise. You can go and find that, so it's nice for when you lose your phone. Silent, just makes it silent. I'm not sure why you would use this over Do Not Disturb, but whatever. Band display, this is where you can change out the display. So there are 3 of them built in. You can download a whole bunch via the app, or you can probably download more on the app there as well. Then for settings, there's not a whole lot in here. The first thing on here is brightness. So there's 5 levels of brightness. If you're outside, you probably want to bring it all the way up, but most of the time I just had it on 3 bars while I was inside or while it was rainy or something like that. You don't need it to be full brightness. Lock screen, you can add you can make it lock if you want, like you have to unlock your phone or unlock the watch or whatever. I just leave that off. Next thing is screen timeout. So the default is like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, and 10 seconds. You can say when you want the display to turn off. It's not going to be an always on display, but it has lift to wake, so you just raise up your wrist and then it turns on, so you don't necessarily need it to be always on. And then the other things are just reboot. You can reboot it if you need to. Factory reset if you're selling it or something, and then you're about kind of stuff. So this watch, or band as you could say, is great because it's $35. So you can use this if you just need a smartwatch. Like the main reason why I got this was because I just needed a watch so that I could work my job, know what time it is, and just I wanted to see if I had notifications, because I don't want to reach into my pocket and grab my phone or whatever. I might have to set my phone down somewhere else, so I can just see in my watch, okay, this person texted me. I don't have to text them back right from the watch, but I can go back and text them later, just if someone needs to tell me something or something while I'm working, which is great. So I only needed it for the time and just for notifications, but it works for that. It is great for that. You get notifications right away when you get them. I haven't noticed a huge delay when your phone vibrates, and when the watch vibrates, it's about instantaneous, which is great for me because that's exactly what I needed. But if you're more getting this for the workout features, again, that's great. It has heart rate. It can track your workout, and then you can link those workouts to the Google Fit app as well, which is great if you're already using Google Fit, or you can just use the Me app, which is what the watch comes with. And then again, if you just need something like a watch that has a stopwatch or a timer or something like that, and you don't want to buy a super expensive one, if you're going to go out and buy a $35 watch, some crappy watch, from Target or something, you may as well just get this, which has an AMOLED display, and it's smaller than a watch, so it's a little easier to bring around and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it's a great buy for pretty much anyone. And now the Mi Band 5 has been unveiled, so I will probably review that later as well. The Mi Band 4 is a great option for anyone, pretty much anyone, who would just need a smartwatch or a smart band. So that's about it. Thank you for tuning in to Tea Time.